I was born and raised in Northwest Argentina, in the small town of Palpala. I grew up surrounded by my family, my relatives, my grandmothers, and I received like really good progressive education. I have known about farm to table because that's just the way that I grew up eating. Organic food is what I had growing up. My mom always make all our foods from scratch. And then also that's my connection, a little bit my connection to food. But I also been like a very hands-on kid. I would like to get my hands on like painting or, assembling a piece of furniture or, also just like playing around with crafts. So that was always my thing. And whenever I could get my hands on something, I would always be happy. So a little bit of like that, I think it translates to where I am today. Also, one of the main industries in my town, it was a steel mill. I call Jezebel a little bit of like the modern expression of Northwest Argentine traditions because the walls are painted white, just like my grandmother's walls. There is a lot of like exposed steel. There is a lot of like natural wood. I believe it's a modern setting. It's 2021, and this is what it looks like to me. It's a little bit of those like memories from home in Philadelphia, in the US. So one of the memories I have from maybe around like, I'm gonna say 5-6 years old, my parents were building their home, the house where I grew up, and a wood shop made all the windows and the doors, and I just remember going to my dad. With my dad, we will go to the wood shop. And so whenever I will get near one of like these big machines that I have a little bit of sawdust, I will always grab that and put it on my pocket. It's like, I think that rawness of like the smell of wood, which is something that I really love right now when I go and make furniture. And I love the smell of wood. I love the smell of steel. So I always remember the day that I went with my dad to this wood shop, and I will always try to run to a corner to grab a little sawdust and put it in my pocket. And I think that idea of playfulness, I love to have that today as part of my life. I'm a very curious person, so I'm always like reading something. I'm grabbing a design magazine. If I see, a masterclass with Yotam Ottolenghi, I'm gonna watch it over and over and over again because those are flavors that I really enjoy as well. I'm very curious, and I'm always willing to try at least once. If I don't like it, it's totally fine. But if I like it, I'm gonna keep digging onto it. And that's just the way that I have gotten my hands onto all the things that I do today. I don't think I experienced barriers when growing my business as a woman or as a Latina. I'm pretty strong on my beliefs and my values and what I do. So I just keep moving along. If you like it, great. And if you don't, which not everybody has to like it, I'm okay too. I'm gonna find my way. So since the pandemic started, I didn't know what the word shutdown means. How am I gonna keep the doors open? I had just moved the business and relocated here to West Philadelphia in 2019. So we were getting ready to the spring of 2020, the summer of 2020. I'm really looking forward to it. And then here we have this also another, big bump on the road coming up. We had an e-commerce site that it was ready to be launched at some point, and we didn't know when a good moment was going to be. When was the right time? When the pandemic hit, it was like, well, we have 24 hours to switch these two on and to enable this page and start working. So that's what we did. We jumped on our e-commerce site. We got it all up and running, got as many photos as I could in such a quick turnaround, and then from one Sunday to the next Monday, we were taking orders online and we were back on business. Well, I'm really humble and honored to receive this award by DÍA as one of their, top restaurateurs in the city of Philadelphia. Recognition on this job is really important. And sometimes as Latinos, I think we get thrown in the same bag, and I really like to, even as an Argentine person, we don't serve beef or things like that. So we try to do things a little bit different. And I think I'm just really honored and happy for receiving this recognition of what we've been doing in the city since 2010.